wish a one-horse open sleigh would come carry me away, and I'll keep waiting.
This radio drama has been brought to you by the Bishop Minogue Catholic High School theater class and the Women's and Men's Choir.
Theater is a hard class to do virtually and socially distanced, but we found a way to make it work by making this radio drama. Corona isn't nice, but nevertheless, life goes on. We racked our brains as we tried to figure out how to create a safe but fun winter performance with the same kind of style, finesse, and heart a true live performance has.
And while we all wished that we could have done a live performance, the radio drama that we created as a class is entirely unique and entirely entertaining. This radio drama is our own. We all loved molding our ideas, making up the characters, outlining the story, creating our message. And we were able to come together through this creative process. This was honestly the best part. Every word that you hear in this story is a manifestation of everyone's creativity and everyone's perseverance. Because, I'll be real, it wasn't always easy.
There were lots of voice cracks, periods of writer's block, aggressive backspacing, re-recording, and so much editing.
But, despite all those things, we wrote a nice long script, complete with puns, Dr. Phil, and Christmas magic as the ultimate plot device.
So, without further ado, let the show begin.
In defiance of the winds that blow, my God in heaven, now I feel like I'm 7, and the Spirit calls to me as well. As at Christmas, it made the winter warmer, made a paradise from what was hell. As if a cold and frozen soul is warm to love by love's own hand. So goes the prayer for a day peace on earth and goodwill to man. And he told us the times for Christmas, and I cannot help but ask. And the children's feeling merry, I'm like singing the this is last. I wish you one more time for Christmas would come and carry me away, but I've been waiting there all day, and one just hasn't come my way. Now it's give me a shining Christmas, but I was hoping that in miracles he watched me see me come just out. I wish I was good and everybody sing. I wish a one-horse open sleigh would come carry me away, and I'll keep waiting through next May until Christmas comes my way.
Imagine a world where the true meaning of Christmas was forgotten. Imagine that it was replaced by greed, selfishness, and ambition. Among this world, we find a humble man who would be the person to save Christmas. This hero goes by the name Nick Stacy. Our story begins in Boston, Massachusetts, at a bookstore called Klaus's Bookhouse.
Golly, sure is slow in the bookstore today. This is a good time for me to feed the store cat, Gretchen. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. You sure were hungry, weren't you? Ouch! You never did like me, did ya? Oh well, enjoy your dinner.
Nicholas, I need to see you.
Oh, bother. What is it?
Do you see the problem with how the books on this shelf are organized?
Yeah?
Oh, really? Then why is weight loss for people over 50 right next to Madame Brigida's yearning desire?
Well, sir, you see, sir,
That's it. I'm sick of you. Get out of my sight.
but where?
Go, clean the basement. There's nothing else for you to do up here.
Nick goes down to the basement as instructed. As he is clearing a shelf, a heavy box falls from the top and hits him in the head.
Bruh.
As his vision fades, Nick sees that the box contains a fake tree decorated with lights and strange baubles. As Nick is unconscious, a vision conjures in his mind. Nick dreams of a Christmas long ago where there was music and food and family. Warm scents filled the streets, and suddenly alive came the Christmas feasts. Friends and strangers joined as one, and all around Christmas had finally begun. But this dream left him as Nick was awoken by the slap of his best friend, Erwin Laurie Fitzgerald, affectionately known as Elf. The slap, my dear friends, was quite softer than the box that fell from the dusty shelf.
Where am I?
Bruh, how do you suddenly look better after a box just hit you in the face? You're in the hospital, bruh.
You won't believe the dream I just had. It seems so historical.
Look, historical or not, I've been in this place forever, and I'm gonna go get something to eat, okay? I'll be back in a bit, buddy. Daddy needs his lasagna.
You had quite the fall there, and you still didn't clean the basement, but I'm glad to see you're not too badly injured. Listen, you probably have questions. We need to talk about what you saw in the basement.
Heinrich explains that Christmas used to be very different than how it is now. He explains that it was about love, giving, and warmth, not greed and ambition. He tells Nick about the Christmases he had when he was young, before everything became so twisted. His story, however, is interrupted as Elf bursts into the room. Our story continues back at Aunt Carol and Nick's house.
How are you, Nick? Sorry I wasn't with ya. I was at roller derby practice with my girlfriends, and you won't believe what Sally said about Karen's
I can't
kinkles.
get what
So
Heinrich said out of
Karen
my
was...
head. Christmas sounds like it used to be so pure. I wonder what happened. I almost miss it, even though I never experienced it. What do I do? I could call Elf, but his advice has always been interesting at best. Maybe interesting is what
So
we need.
there they were, rollerblades on their fists, throwing punches, and Amy burst out into Sweet Caroline. Somehow we all ended up singing within the minute, and then the owner kicked us out. That's the 5th rink this month.
Before Nick has a chance to respond, the phone rings.
Hey, Holly? What's up?
Hey, Nick. Elf told me you're in the hospital. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm, fine. Actually, I do have something to ask you.
Okay. What is it?
What do you know about Christmas past?
Christmas? Well, I don't know. It's always been about the money, right? Never really crossed my mind.
Well, there's more to Christmas than just money. I found a box in the basement at the book house. It contained strange items that I'd never seen before. I was super confused about what I saw, but Heinrich explained what it all meant. Did you know that Christmas was actually like a celebration? People made food and spent time with their families. And they got gifts for each other. But out of love.
You saw all that in a dream? That sounds really nice. What else did you see?
You don't believe me, huh?
No, it just seems a little too good to be true. Maybe that box hit you harder than you thought.
Listen, meet me here at Carol's for dinner.
Oh.
I'll explain it all there.
Okay. I guess I'll see you there at 6 then?
Nick's pure excitement filled his heart with warmth as he rushed back to Bookhouse to grab the box from the basement. Back at his aunt's house, he set up the string lights all around, decorated the tree, and found an old record player to play the music. He asked his aunt to help him make the dinner, remembering the hearty aroma of a roast and the sweet scent of cakes and pies from his dream. His preparation took hours, and he was sure that Holly would feel that same bubbling warmth he felt when he was plunged into the wonders of Christmas past. Hearing the doorbell, Nick jumped out of his seat. He had changed out of his clothes from earlier into a red sweater and a sensible pair of khakis. He flattened out his sweater before opening the door to find Holly dressed drably in black.
Oh, nice sweater. Sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to dress up.
Nah, you look great. The sweater is whatever, honestly. Come in.
Wow, this is your house. It's so much.
Oh, come on. I know you're amazed. This is all the stuff from the box I was telling you about. Sit down. I've prepared a traditional Christmas feast.
Looking around, still skeptical, Holly sits down and enjoys the feast Nick had prepared. They carry on with their date, but Holly can barely get a word in as Nick rambles on and on about Christmas. He continues on until Elf suddenly barges into the house.
Wow, look at this house, Nicky. Hey, Holly. How are you guys doing? I didn't ruin your evening, did I?
Oh, hey, Elf. What brings you here?
Bruh, people are parked all around the street ogling your house. They think you're crazy, bruh.
What?
Shocked by Elf's words, Nick immediately got up to look out of the living room window facing out into the street. What Elf said was true. They were parked all along the block, gaping as they examined the house in curiosity. In the middle of the crowd was Aunt Carol, furiously waving at Nick and calling his name.
Excuse me, coming through.
Oh, man. I've done it now, haven't I?
Nicholas, Jonathan, Stacy, what have you done to the house? What are all these people doing outside?
Aunt Carol makes her way onto the porch.
You better open the door now.
All right, guys. Huddle up. Elf, you're gonna butter her up. Use that oozing charm you have against her. Holly, you and I are gonna get rid of all the decorations inside and blame all the outside decorations on the neighbors. Ready? Break.
Elf walks over to go and butter up Aunt Carol.
Carol! Oh my goodness, your curves are rockin' in that dress.
Oh, Elf, you devilish little thing.
And your gray hair is so beautiful, you silver fox.
Oh my goodness.
Did I mention that your wrinkles are so adorable?
Ah, thank you.
They make you look like a little pug.
My ex called me that once. He was a lunatic, but still sweet.
Like, wow. For a 50-year-old, you are some straight smoke.
That's quite enough.
Okay. I went a little too far. But let's talk about how I went too far over some dinner.
Elf, I'm gonna ask this only once. What in the dickens is going on?
Don't worry about it. It's all gonna be okay. Just don't go inside.
Holly steps out of the house, winking at Elf and making motions that the coast is clear.
Oh, Carol, it's freezing out here. Why don't you come inside and warm up?
At this precise moment, Elf takes it upon himself to speak to the crowd.
Okay, everyone, listen up.
The crowd was still alive and buzzing with curiosity. Elf tried to do everything he could, but nothing seemed to work.
If you can hear me, clap once. No, that won't work. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Ah! What should I do?
Hey, what's with all these decorations?
Decorations? I don't see any decorations here.
The ones on the house behind you, fatty.
Hey, whoa, we didn't have to go there, miss. Look, if you want to catch these hands,
Right at that instant, Nick barges from out of the house with the megaphone.
Everyone, listen up. You guys must be really confused with all these decorations. I think it's time I explain what they're here for. This holiday just isn't about showing off and spending your money on yourself. Christmas is a beautiful, wonderful, magnificent holiday. It's about love and spreading joy and it's about
Guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. Why should we listen to you, kid?
Because it's the truth.